Everybody, welcome and thank you for tuning in to Greenwood Ave Black-Owned Business Network, where we provide a platform for African Americans to support local Black-owned businesses. And here today, we have Mr. John Scroggins, President and CEO of Unity National Bank. Mr. Scroggins, would you like to tell the people a little bit about yourself?
I sure would, but more about Unity National Bank. First of all, thank you for having me today, giving us this opportunity to talk about this great institution. Unity National Bank was founded and established by a group of Black businessmen, lawyers, and doctors, and just plain citizens back in 1963. So Unity is about 53 years old. It's been around. We have two locations. This is headquarters here in 2602 Blodgett, and we have another location out in the Fort Bend County area in Missouri City. Okay. So those are the two locations that we have. We are a community bank. We are a mainstream bank. Our ownership is majority African American owned. We're the only majority African American owned bank in the entire state of Texas. And in addition to that, we do have the products and services that you can find at your larger institution. That's been a myth that been presented, but the truth of the matter is that we do have those products and services. The only difference is that we're a little bit more user-friendly. Is what we are, and we presented with a professional touch. The management team here is one of the more experienced management teams that you could find any place with 30 plus years of experience per individual. So we have a well-experienced management team. A cross-section of our employees and our staff, as well as our management, is very well diversified. It's a microcosm of what the U.S. looks like now. One of the things that we've gotten here lately is a large surge of new customers and prospective customers. We've been very appreciative of that. And what that's done is they've brought us a lot of new business in the form of new deposits. The important thing is that we take those deposits and put them back out in the community in the form of small business loans. And they can use them for working capital, they can use them for, equipment purchases, as well as expansion if they want to. In turn, what that does is the ripple effect, it ends up creating jobs. And in the end, it's a complete economic cycle. Create the deposit, it creates the loans, it creates the jobs, and therein the cycle is created. So we're here, and one of the other things that's important about Unity is that even though we're physically domiciled located in Houston, Texas Metroplex, we can expand across the entire nation. We are a national chartered bank, and which is very important to note. And we have systems in place that will allow you to bank with us from afar. And so we are developing some of those systems now as far as being able to open up deposits online and as well as take loan applications online. All of that's not fully developed as of yet, but it's coming, and you'll be amazed at the fact that it's going to be here in a very short time. So that's a little bit about Unity. It's a community bank that works both on the business side as well as the retail consumer side. And we're a full service bank at both locations.
Okay, absolutely, fantastic. What I wanted to know is how you got your start in the banking industry from the very beginning, and how you got to where you are today. Because a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, are going to be watching this video, and they're going to be interested in your personal story and your path to where you got today, if they want to follow you.
And it's a path that covers a 36-year banking career. I started my career back in 1980, right here in the Houston area at a regional large bank named First City National Bank of Houston. And I entered the executive management training program. That's one of the ways that you enter. At the time, I was the first African American to be in that particular program. And entered that program and thus started my banking career and went into this segment of commercial lending. Stayed with First City approximately 10 years and worked for a very short period of time for a small independent bank called Prime Bank, which was purchased back in 1992 by Wells Fargo. And that's my career began with Wells Fargo. So I had a 14-year career with Wells Fargo from 1992 to 2006, where I came here to Unity National Bank in 2006. And I've been here for 10 years.
Awesome.
And so it's been a career that spanned over both large and mega banks, as in Wells Fargo, to the small community bank. And I can tell you that the small community bank has been more challenging, but at the same time more rewarding because of the things we'll be able to do in the community, because you're actually on the front line. And a prerequisite of coming to a community bank, I can tell anybody, is you must know how to multitask.
Right, absolutely.
Because you have to wear multiple hats.
Right.
Yeah, but it's good because you get an opportunity to intermingle with the people, and you're on the front line. And we don't just take deposits and do loans. We give good financial advice and consultation as well. We like to talk to our customers and prospective customers and let them know it's a partnership, that we're working together to make sure that they're able to fulfill their dreams, and we're there with them to help them. And we can all, at the end of the day, enjoy a success story. That's really what Unity is all about.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that Unity is involved in the community and giving back, because that's part of what we do at Greenwood Ave, Black Owned Business Network, is we have a vetting process in where we verify that the business is Black owned, verify that it's accessible to consumers, and most importantly, verify that they're committed to reinvesting their profits back into the community to create that cycle.
Yeah, and that's important. Yeah.
Right.
One of the other things that I think is most important is that our employees from the management on down are involved in things in the community. For example, I serve on several boards, one of which is as a trustee for the Houston Tillotson University, which is a small school down in Austin. But that's my way of getting back, and I can say during my entire career, I've never served on a board where I've received one penny.
Right.
I only wanted to be from a service and to try to make sure that things were better, and that I gave some advice that was good and was not interested in getting paid. And so at this stage of my career, it's too late to serve on a profitable board. So I guess I'll end this with that I'm happy to have served in the capacity of leadership on some of those boards, and others I've served in an advisory capacity.
Andre Maria from Sherman, Texas wants to know if taking out our money from banks, the Chases and the Wells Fargos, and putting it in Unity National Bank, how would that help our people?
Yeah, sure. And we talked about that earlier. First of all, we are elated and very humbled to the fact that you would choose our institution to bank with, because we do know there are a lot of other choices out there. But as I stated earlier, what we do with your deposit is we put it right back out in the community in the form of loans, and small business loans, which in turn they can use for working capital, they can use for equipment purchases, they can use to expand the businesses, thus creating jobs. So that's how that cycle works, is that we do take the deposits in, but we put them right back out in the community.
Okay, Vernon Stokes from Dallas writes, how can we support our banks if we didn't live in Houston?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we're trying to get ready, we live in an advanced technologically world that we're in now. And we know that folks want convenience, and they want things to be done and easily accessible. So what we are doing is we are going to be able, as I indicated earlier, to open deposits online. And we should have that probably up and ready towards the end of the year, where you're able to do that for sure no later than the first quarter of 2017.
Okay. Sanjuan Judkins from Detroit asks, why do black banks typically have higher fees than the larger banks?
Actually, that's not true.
Okay. Glad you pointed that out.
Yes, sir. We are very competitive. Mm-hmm. And in most times, we are below what the marketplace is as to, you've heard the term insufficient charges on checks that come in that just checking our marketplace, we're actually below what the average price is going for NSF. Mm-hmm. Just as an example, we also don't charge the surcharge fees in the dollar amount that get charged if you use our ATM and you're not a customer.
Right.
So to me, those are two examples of where we are actually better than what the market is.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay, Clyde Franklin from Fort Worth asks, are there any plans for satellite offices in the DFW Metroplex? Any other cities?
Sure. That question has come up a lot as of late. One of the things that we are trying to do first and foremost is to establish the ability to open up deposits and take loan applications online. Mm-hmm. So that would necessitate that we have the technology to do it. Will we expand to the metroplexes of Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin? That is our plan. The metroplex of Dallas is first and foremost, but we want to establish first a way for our existing customers as well as our new customers to be able to do business with us even if they're in another city. And so I would say that if we're going to expand, our short-term plan is to get the technology so you can do it online. Our longer-term plan, and longer term is the next year or two, whether we're going to expand to the Dallas Metroplex or any other Metroplex would depend on some other factors that we need to put in our long-term strategic plan. Do you put dollars in brick and mortar in this day and time when everybody's doing everything electronically?
Right.
Or if we can have a substitute, for example, if we can have an arrangement, it's called branch sharing, with another bank that's already in the Dallas area.
Absolutely.
Then that's commonplace too. So do we use that? So we'll figure out the best way to serve our customers in the metropolitan areas. Mm-hmm. But we do know from a technological standpoint, they're going to be able to take care of business online.
For the people out there watching,
sure.
What's the single most important thing that you want them to know about Unity National Bank with regards to how you can help them bank better and make better choices as far as empowering our people and recycling our money back in our communities?
That's easy for me because the one thing I want them to know is that they're going to be dealing with a full service institution with all the products and services they can get any place else. But the one thing that they're not going to get in the big banks and the other banks is they're going to have access to the management team from the president and CEO. And if I dare say, if they need to talk with one of our board members, that can happen as well. And what you're going to get at Unity is a user-friendly environment. We're going to treat you as though no matter if your deposit is $100 or $1 million, you're going to be treated with first-class professional service, and you are going to be always welcome and given advice and consultation, and to let you know that your dollars matter to us.
Absolutely. Great.
That's the important thing, that you are going to be coming to a first-class organization that cares about you for more than just what your dollars mean.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can't wait to open up my account. So when we finish up here, I'm going out to the front to open up an account for my company as well.
You won't regret it.
Right, I'm sure I won't.
I appreciate that, but I want you to bank with us for those reasons because you have a natural affinity to, but I also want you to be able to say, I bank with Unity because it has all the products and services that I can get any place else. It's a mainstream full service bank, and those guys love you.
Right. That's what it's all
That's
about.
what I want you to be able to say.
It's all about the love, people.
Right, it's all about the love, and it's all about the fact that we want to deliver first-class service.
Absolutely.
And we have, I think I said to you that we have a management staff that's second to none that have supported me. And I always use the word team member because it's very important to do that, because when you look at it as a team, you're not really concerned about who gets the credit. You just want to deliver a great service.
Right.
And so that's what we do here at Unity. If you look at our card and you just take a look at the back of my business card, if you flip that over, you'll see something that's on there.
Absolutely.
It says Unity
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Yes.
And
yes,
so that's
yes.
what we want to promote.
I don't know if you can see that, but I'll show it. Opportunity. Yes.
And if you want to add another little phrase that my colleague, Mr. Lancaster, probably added on to it, is Unity is an opportunity in the community.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
I like that. Sounds like Jesse Jackson.
That's pretty good. That's pretty yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Scroggins, for your time.
Thank you for inviting me and coming to our institution. I know that you did drive down to do that, and we certainly, I know your time is important, but we hope that you have found an institution that you can, one, trust, one that is capable of delivering you the products and services you need at a very competitive rate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm
Okay.
sure I have.
All right.
have.
All right,
For
thank you.
everybody out there, Houston, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, and every other city in between, even outside of the state of Texas, come down to Unity National Bank. It'll be well worth the trip. And like I said before, like I mentioned before, sometimes we have to forego convenience. But as you can see, this is a first-class organization, a first-class bank that focuses on you, the customer, and delivering the products and services that are going to take you to the next level. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so we just finished up a meeting with John Scroggins, president of Unity National Bank, and I opened up a business account for our company that represents Black-owned businesses. So for other Black-owned banks, follow the bankblack initiative. That's hashtag bankblack. You can see the hashtag right here. You see that bankblack initiative. And to support and discover local Black-owned businesses in your area, check out greenwoodave.net. You can follow us on Facebook, which is Let's Buy Black. You can follow us on Instagram, Greenwood Ave BWS. And you can follow us on Twitter, Greenwood Ave BWS. So with that, I'll leave you and thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.